Yo, welcome everybody, folks, who I'll hang up and listen. Sabres lose 3-2 to the Pittsburgh Penguins in overtime. Really tough loss, especially, and as me as a goalie, I'll say this firsthand. Malcolm Subban made the save of the year throughout the league. Like, hands down, there's no save that's been made right now. I mean, that one by Thatcher might come to mind, but I mean, that he made the save of the year tonight. We didn't even know we made it until they went to replay, where Rob Ray had possibly one of the worst reactions to an unbelievable save like that I've ever heard. It was, I mean, I love Rob, but it was like utter confusion. But yeah, it was rough. A rough way to lose, especially when you have your goalie make an enormous save like that. A save that's gonna definitely be on all highlight reels tomorrow. Much like we saw, the Zegras Milano goal, maybe to not that extent, because that happened on ESPN Plus, and their league is going to try and push that, whereas the save was just made on the normal broadcast with MSG. But I mean, that save made its rounds all over Twitter. Everybody was tweeting it. It was an unbelievable save, and I'll show it here very shortly. Unbelievable save by Malcolm Subban. And again, a 3-2 losing effort in overtime. So Subban definitely stole them a point tonight, without a doubt. Also, some other noteworthy things is Rasmus Dahlin scored his sixth goal of the season. 6 goals in 30 games. His third in third in as many games. So 3 goals in 3 games. Jesus, learn to talk. I believe he had 6 goals in 56 total games last season. So, since being reunited with Jokiharju, he's really, kind of turned things around both offensively and defensively. But from the defensive side of things did not look great for Buffalo tonight, giving up 48 shots. Malcolm Subban being forced to make 45 saves. Again, in the overtime loss. They've taken 5 out of the last 6 points, though, which is awesome. The team seems to be trending in the right direction. Obviously, you got the bad news, last week, Casey Middlestat. But, we are very close to getting Alex Tuch to making his Sabres debut. Casey Fitzgerald also with, making his NHL debut tonight. Parents in the house for it, too. And was one goal short of a Gordie Howe hat trick, and an apple on, I believe it might have been the Gergenson's goal. I can't remember which one it was. It was a second goal. But Fitzgerald had an assist on it, and he had a fight. Coming to the defense of Vinny Hinostroza, got himself into a fight. You love to see that. 2 fights tonight. Tage Thompson sticking up for Jacob Bryson with with Ashton Reese, and then you saw Casey Fitzgerald fight Lafferty in defense of Vinny Hinostroza. The Vinny Hinostroza hit was clean, but Fitzgerald was right there. Maybe he felt like he wanted to make an impact in his first game. Really, maybe earn himself some respect in the locker room with the boys. I could totally see that. I believe he was a 2016 third round pick. I think it was like 86 overall. So, he's been developing down in Rochester. So, the most recent call up by Buffalo, but, very impressive start. I guess, this game was full of like kind of individual accomplishments, individual highlights, individual positives. Again, you see Casey Fitzgerald make his debut, get his first NHL point, first NHL fight. You saw Tage Thompson stick up for Jacob Bryson, which was awesome to see. A guy his size, not being afraid to go in there and, stick up for his brother out there. I love seeing that. Who doesn't love seeing that? Again, you saw Rasmus Dahlin continue on this tear that he's been on as of late. 2 weeks ago, everybody hated Rasmus Dahlin. Now it's just like, holy shit, man. This kid is looking to be like the player we drafted. The goals he's scoring, he's absolutely blowing the puck by these goaltenders. They don't even stand a chance. He's controlling the play. He's driving play. When he's bringing the puck out of his own zone into the offensive zone. He looks like that kid that we drafted him to be, that offensive dynamo, that offensive threat. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Shots on goal for the game were again very heavily in Pittsburgh's favor, 48-21, which makes it that much more impressive, obviously, for a guy like Malcolm Subban coming in off his first game after an injury and a lower body injury, and coming in and really performing as well as he did. Sabres goals today were let me see here. We had Zemgus Girgensons, Rasmus Dahlin were the only 2 goals. And assists also going to Casey Fitzgerald, as I mentioned earlier. Hayden Okposo and Rasmus Asplund. For Pittsburgh, goals were former Sabre Evan Rodriguez scoring the opening goal, which, there's been a lot of hype around him in the seasons he's been having, especially here in Sabres land, because obviously, again, he's a former Sabre, a center at that. So, you kind of left your head scratching, like, where did we go wrong with Evan Rodriguez? Maybe it was, the coaching carousel, the GM carousel, just the mishandling of him entirely as a player. Things probably could have gone a lot better, because we all saw the talent in here. We saw the drive. We saw the effort every single game. The kid left everything out there on the ice every time he played, so, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. You have Brock McGinn getting a goal, Jeff Carter, Sidney Crosby with an apple, Matheson with an apple, and Chris Letang with 2 apples. I believe that actually puts him at 602 total points in his career, which is extremely impressive for the defenseman. I believe they showed a graphic earlier in the game too about that. But Penguins go 1 for 4 on the power play. Sabres 0 for 3. Spent a lot of time in the box tonight with both fights. I know Tage Thompson had an instigator. Sabres, won the hits battle, I guess, 32-28, and blocked 12 shots to their 8. So, again, obviously Pittsburgh, without a doubt, controlled the game mostly from start to finish, but there were some small victories from Buffalo that we can kind of like put the feather in our cap for. Again, as I mentioned before, I'm going to show you guys actually right now that that save by Malcolm Subban, which was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I'm just still kind of like in awe of it. So just give me one moment here, and I will bring that up. We got it right here. The save by Malcolm Subban, unbelievable.
Before mark, right here, and this is what they're taking a look to see if this puck gets across the line. But that looks right there. It doesn't even. Oh, yeah, that could be right there. That's it. But that shot right there, you're still seeing it on the red paint. It's not 100% across. You can't see it. 34.
Obviously, a terrible reaction by our own Robert Ray on color commentary. Absolutely terrible reaction. You would expect more from him. But I mean, we weren't able to react to the save in real time because we didn't even realize it happened. I would have loved to hear Rick Jeanneret, RJ, losing his goddamn mind upon realizing that was a save by Malcolm Subban. Again, that is a save of the year. I don't care what anybody says. That was unbelievable. The worst part about that whole sequence was the fact that he wears number 47. I absolutely hate him in that number. I hate goalies and the number like that. I mean, whatever. Maybe that's just me being a picky or a weird goalie. I hate that number on a goaltender. 47 makes 0 sense to me. If you're going to wear 40, it's like 40, 41, or, you go the old 43, pay a little homage to Marty Baron. But I cannot stand 47 on a goaltender. Again, so, obviously, UPL had the night off after, a string of very impressive starts where it's going to make it very difficult decision for Buffalo once Dustin Tokarski comes off the COVID list and is ready to return. Do they send Dustin down, waive him and send him down to Rochester, or do they send UPL back down, to, help a struggling Rochester Amherst team? Because I think, and I don't want it to get lost on all of us. Obviously, we want to keep getting points up here when we can, with in Buffalo. But at the same time, I think the team that we also need to focus on are, in fact, the Rochester Americans, because that's where you have your Peyton Krebs, your JJ Paterka, and your Jack Quinn, Samuelson, all these kids down there that are performing very well, and I think UPL gives them the very best chance to win, and you want that team to make a deep playoff run. So I am, as much as I would be fine with them keeping UPL up in Buffalo, I am actually even in more favor of them sending them back to Rochester, because I think it's very, very, very important to get these kids into a situation where they're making a deep playoff run, where they're playing games that matter, very, very important games. Possibly other than those guys who have played in the World Junior tournaments, where they might have been playing for medals, most important games of their lives to win a Calder Cup. They could take that experience and bring it to the NHL, and I think it would, pay huge dividends in terms of their NHL careers. I remember, I believe it was Steve Shields. We talked to him, how big of an impact, winning a Calder Cup made on his career, and eventually his career here in the NHL with Buffalo, and later on, I think, in San Jose. It does make a difference. It does mean a lot to have those kids gain that experience, an experience that they probably, most likely won't have here in Buffalo this year. So their next game, as I bring it up here real quick. Let's see here. I know they don't play again for a few more days. They play next, as I am trying to stall, December 20th against Columbus. Again, should be a tough matchup. Assuming you'll probably get Elvis Merzlikins in net there. Always a tough team to play against. The Columbus Blue Jackets, not having a bad season from to my own recollection. Let's see here. Columbus, they're 14-13-1. Guys like Max Domi are having a good season. Zach Gorinski always going to have be playing phenomenally. Sorry for the hold up here. Leading goal scorers there are, Boone Jenner with 11 goals. Leading point scorer right now looks like Bjorkstrand with 23. There's also Jacob Voracek with 1 goal and 21 assists. That's kind of wild. He's normally more known for his goal scoring ability, but right now he's got 22 assists or 21 assists and 1 goal, for second on the team in points with 22. And then Merzlikins is having a pretty good year, 911 save percentage in 19 games played, 11-7 record. Whereas Korpisalo, a guy who I think should be on Buffalo's radar to be somebody that could, be a mentor to a UPL next season. I hope that, they make an effort to go acquire him. Right now is 3-4-0 in 9 games played with an 891 save percentage. But we all know, we've seen him. Anyone who's pays attention knows that Korpisalo is a very good goaltender. So, updated stats right now for Buffalo. Dylan Cousins, 15 points, 8 goals on the season. Notables. This is still extremely surprising to me. You have Kyle Okposo with 20 points in 30 games. The guy's having a small resurgence in his career. Phenomenal to see. Victor Olofsson, 17 points in 22 games. And then again, Rasmus Dahlin really starting to turn it on offensively again and defensively. 18 points in 30 games, leading all defensemen by a large margin. Next closest would be Colin Miller with 11, who started off the season pretty well, but really fell off quite a bit, to the point where he was a healthy scratch. Hopefully he can turn it back on, because I think that can make him, as a right-handed defenseman, a very nice trade piece at the trade deadline. but we'll see. So with that being said, guys, you saw the save, unbelievable. Unfortunately, in a losing effort, 3-2 tonight to the Pittsburgh Penguins, led by Evan Rodriguez of all people. Obviously we know the leader there is Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby. We'll still always call him Sid the Kid, but they don't play again until I think it was Tuesday against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So, guys, I will hang up and listen. Sorry for getting on here so late tonight, but unfortunately I had a very long day at work, and, the struggle was real staying up immediately after the game to get up here. But I'm glad I could and get out here with all you guys. And remember, this is brought to you by Outlet Liquor. What's your outlet? The place to buy a case over on Georgia Boulevard for all your game day or game night needs. Stop in there. Tell them Trainwreck Sports and Two Goalies when Mike sent you. They'll take care of you. And I have 3 words for you guys. Let's go Sabres.